You're not going to do the valves again, just the pulmonary?
If you want, I will show you quickly the mitral valve, how it looks
Oh,
like.
yes. I forgot we haven't done the mitral, huh? Beautiful.
See that we are targeting the right flow. You see that this flow,
Yes.
starting from pulmonary vein all the way. And you can make it to look more, even you can change tint here. See, based on the sweep speed,
That was
but
too
you
fast,
wanna,
though.
yeah, include 3 at least. So there is so much room to do a lot of things. You want a background, or you want without background.
So
You
this
can
one,
do
you
that.
get the A and the E.
Yes. So E and A, again, you have 4 measurements. Here you have the A duration also. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So these are little artifacts. You see the peak is
points, yeah.
bifurcating. You don't go with those. Um, and then the A, if someone has a slower heart rate, this will be very much having a distance from the, this is not A, this one is the A. I know without AKG that's not good to say, but at least you can tell based on the density, the gain. See that these are fuzzy one and very immediate. Uh, this is the A. If you have, this is happening, little Doppler artifact, you just ignore those. These are not the peak, but the first one is the peak. So if I'm measuring, I need to go to the mitral. Mitral, okay. You have the E velocity, so this one is your peak, not this one. And then you're measuring the A. This one is the A. And again, we don't have a deceleration time. You can use pressure half time in a state. Here you see the pressure half time.
I think it's on there.
You have a pressure half time somewhere.
There it is, MBA, PhD. 2 down.
Yes. This is mitral valve area. Based on the pressure half time you can measure. And then from here all the way to the baseline.
Wait, I thought for pressure
So-
half time you don't.
No, this is deceleration time.
Oh,
Because we don't have
yes,
deceleration
okay.
time, you're using pressure half time in a state.
Yeah, okay.
I know it is a little confusing.
So that's deceleration.
Mhm.
Did you
That's-
already explain why you picked the first, like, P?
I mean, continuously you would get confused. And instead use something else.
Does it let you
Yeah.
go down there and click it? Because it doesn't look highlighted.
Yeah, it will allow you to measure. And then for the A duration, if this A is not good, I'm just saying it as an example, you need to have a good A like this to see the duration. If this duration is not good, you can measure, as long as you're measuring the following beat, but not like after 3-4 beat, you can do that. Or instead you can select this one and do all the measurement here, and also measure the A duration. The
Why do
A
you
duration is
prefer-
the time. So I prefer to happen in the same beats. That's
Wait,
more
we took
preferred.
off all the measurements.
Yeah. So just to set a good example, I would suggest go with the same. And then If
See, it's
this is not
highlighted,
active,
yeah.
yes, if this is not active, then you only have this option to go. The package problem is with these machines. Once you go in the clinical site, you will see all the packages in order, and it's always there. So now you need to also exclude those extra bumps that you have. You need to shred or slice those. Like, see, those are artifacts. You need to stick to the actual. And then you have A duration also with this. For the A duration,
This one right there.
I would suggest store this one. Okay, we already store. And then you go again for the measurement. See, now these are active. So once you use the package, these will become sometimes inactive.
Yeah.
So now I'm using this one, the one that you have on the screen itself.
Do we need to do that?
Well, I'm giving you all these options, yes?
Okay.
So we could do that first and then go back
Yes.
to the.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can use the time. See, you don't have a time here for that. Although you have a duration here,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm saying that if you don't have the A duration in some of the machine, stay from the baseline. Always the time is within the baseline. See that little.
That's cool.
Sorry, I wanted to.
Right, I just wanna make sure, so deceleration time and pressure half time are slope measurements, but the duration is a time measurement.
Yes.
Just gotta make sure.
Yes. And if you deactivate your package, these will be activated, and you can choose the time to measure. Okay, that was a micro.
Wait, can you say what you just said again?
Deceleration time and pressure half time are slope measurements, and duration is a time measurement.
But when
I always
when
thought
he picked-
duration or deceleration time was not slow.
Yeah.
What's the
it's a
question?
Deceleration is also slow.
Yeah, deceleration time is not slow. It's
It's a time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says, time, but.
Yeah.
you're using
So
pressure
there
half.
is a deceleration slope and deceleration time.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you measure deceleration slope, it will also give you the time within that table.
Oh god.
That's a good question. Yes,
Okay.
I know, but there's a deceleration slope has deceleration time
Got it.
within.
Okay, that makes sense.
So is it still a slope measurement when we're
Yes,
measuring
that's
like-
still like a.
But
You
it's
need to
giving
measure
you
like a slope.
Time, not slow.
Yeah, okay, I just wanna make sure I am, okay, I'm like, wait, I got confused with that.
So when he picked the acceleration button, what was he doing?
Time. Acceleration time
Okay,
measurement,
so
A
you
duration.
have next continuous wave.
Oh, okay.
So you need to see this little. See,
Mhm.
you need to put after the valve and adjust your baseline. And if it is more like the peak is like this, you can reduce the scale. See? And if you want to see on a like if you want to see any MR at the same time, you can again you need to change, make it in the middle. So we got too many cycles. Which one you can go with it? The one which has a more sharper H, you go. This one is a more clean one. As long as if you're able to exclude that little bump there, this is also good. A good one you can go with this.
How come the one on
Either
the
one.
left isn't good?
This one is having little concave shape. See? The best one is to get the sharp H.
They all have that shape though.
Yeah, you need to live with that. I mean, if you have this, there's a one related to that particular question. Is if you are measuring. Let me just show you how you can measure the pressure half time.
Yeah, 'cause
So tracing is easy, but let me give you an example of if you have now you have here a flow, you don't know that you follow like this. That's not good. You need to follow the initial slope. And I think added to that flow during diastasis, that's not reliable. You need to follow the initial slope. So this is your pressure half time. This is not your pressure half time because that will create a gap. See, that will change the valve area is now almost a stenosis. So this is your
So when the
So you
next
stop
is
at that
on.
indentation.
the initial slope. Follow. Initial means from peak. Once you see the slope, you follow. That's more reliable. Not the slope that the bottom one is also create a slope for you.
Now, what if you were doing deceleration time and you have the lower bottom?
Again, same thing.
Same thing. So
Yeah, you need to exclude this little flow.
Okay.
You shouldn't follow like this. This
Okay.
is not deceleration time. This is not. This is deceleration time. Pressure half time, you need to stay here.
And that next wave would be the A wave connected to it, or the next?
Yeah, this is the A wave.
Okay.
So I'm just showing that because the tracing is easy one.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
You will have more confusion with the deceleration time, pressure half time. That's why I'm giving you all
Dr.
these
Murray?
different.
There was
example.
one that was to the right. If you can scroll. No.
Oh,
The one that has like the one that's in the middle. Okay, now it's to the left. It has a chunk taken out of it. No, to the left. That's like the steepest one.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't that be good? Because that chunk is out.
well, even this chunk is not real. You see, it's an artifact. I know you don't have that visual understanding now, but the actual peak is. Let me to show with the actual peak is. If you go with the distillation, you need to you need to slice that extra waveform which is added.
So where would you
So
stop
you
Wouldn't that be the
need
sharpest
to
peak out of all of
slice
them,
like
though?
this.
So where would you stop for pressure?
But I'm still following the first peak.
Yes, but out of all of the ones in the thing, that seems like the steepest slope peak, if you will, other than that chunk being taken out. So why wouldn't you have chosen that one initially, is what I'm asking.
No, I just gave an example of that a bad pressure half time measurement. Like you will get confused if all your waveform looks like that, how to measure. Then I ask you to follow the initial slope. See that this one is initial slope? So this is not going to provide you the slope. The first one is the slope.
So where would you stop it on that waveform you're on now?
So for this one, you need to stop on the
beginning
midway.
of the next
Oh,
one.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's pressure half time.
That's the pressure half time.
That's the beginning of the
See
next
that?
one? You can go all the way down to the curve part?
Yeah, you can see that.
It's more
Like, why don't you
clear.
go all the way down here then?
No. So you see there's a landing for all of these whenever the waveform, and then you have this type of horizontal waveform. So you need to stop before that landing. The other thing, you see I told you that pressure half time and deceleration time is also measuring this time. You see, although we have only measured the slope, but it's also measuring the time.
It's easier on the semilunar valve.
Yes, for sure. Semilunar valves are easy. It's only one waveform. But if there's an AR, a PR, you have more work to do.
The slope's still measuring the time because it's what velocity over time.
Yes.
versus slope.
Okay. There's no MR, yes? Does anyone notice MR while scanning Maddie?
I don't know. Maddie, do you have MR?
I don't think so.
No? I don't think.
Don't remember.
Those will not give you envelope for sure if there's a one drop like that. But there is no MR, yes? I mean obvious MR.
I have MR.
So if there is a no MR, still you need to go for below the valve and try to show and change your baseline like this, because now you're more focusing on the MR. So you need to show this part. And that's your proof that there is no MR. If there's a MR, the continuous wave Doppler will pick up and it will be more here. So there's,
So after this one, it will be down here.
after the A, it will be here, yes.
Oh,
Aren't you mostly proving that there's no centric MR? Because you might.
If there's an eccentric, that's why I put color
you
Doppler
have to
first,
look
yeah?
it up. Okay.
Yeah, and then you change the angle the way you want for eccentric
Mm-hmm.
and go make yourself in line with that. Okay, let's go with TDI. It's important. I know you know the tricuspid valve, it's the same thing. But the TDI is something you haven't experienced yet, okay? For TDI, these machines are not having a single button to press the TDI. You need to combine multiple keys.
Oh, lovely.
It's adding to your...
Our stress.
Okay. For TDI, you need to combine multiple keys. What are those keys? There is a halt. Press this one first, okay? And then you will get those TVD, TVI, all of those, okay?
Sorry, what did you press?
Alt.
Alt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just start over.
It's on top of the trackball, but
Alt, like alternate.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, alt. Okay.
Yeah.
ALT, yeah.
And see, you will get this type of.
Wait,
Uh,
what did you
That's
just
cool.
do?
That's cool, yes.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
crazy.
And then pulse wave, a combination of the three key.
Wow.
Oh,
So it
Wait, hold on.
was-
Alt, and then what did you push after
Alt.
alt?
Yes, I will show you again. Let's see the waveform, and I will show you step by step again.
So all TDI is pulse wave.
So I was with the manufacturer to kind of discover this the day I remember we got these machines. I asked for this function, and then we have read the instructions. So combination of multiple key. Okay, so changing the baseline. I really zoom in for you, but you can again decrease the size like this.
This is the S, the E, and the A, right?
You can tell, yes?
Yeah.
I don't like you to show like overgain like this. See?
You can't really see. It's not.
This is overgain. So there is a, this is overgain, yes?
Before, yeah. Like, see, it's
Like
not
this?
very clear. It's
Okay,
thick.
like super, okay, that
Yeah.
I see.
The problem with the overgain is there's a chances it will cause a spectral broadening. It will add to your waveform, and if you're measuring slower velocity, that can be real, and it can be because of
So
that.
with TDI, you have to have the window in there.
Hmm. See, it is so consistent. You can tell the rhythm is normal, and see, the cycle is coming back to back. Oh, okay. So now if you have that situation that I told you very rare, which you have a S1 and S2, okay, it sounds you have one like that. You need to go with the highest velocity, okay, and that's most of the time you're S2, not S1. Okay.
Isn't the S and the E supposed to be somewhat similar? Because it looks like the E is way taller than the S.
Yes. No, the ears always looks taller.
Oh.
Beyond the normal range that we know.
Wait, which one's the E wave?
This is the E,
Oh.
this is the A, and this is the S prime.
Oh, yes.
You need to go and label, yes? Okay, so going for TDI, I think we have a package for this, I'm sure. We put here, see TDI? And see, now we have a medial and lateral, 3 medial and 3 lateral.
Oh.
So this was a medial one, yes? So you go and select the S first. So put caliper, which one is the tallest? The first one is the tall and the third one is the tallest. So this is your S prime. And this is your S prime. Go with the second S prime. If you have only one like this, go with that. But if you have a S1 and S2, go with the S2. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? So this one is S1 and this one is S2.
Mm-hmm.
See, it looks like a biphasic waveform. So, what's the normal S? What's the question?
I was asking, what's S1 and S2 compared to S prime?
No, but both S1 prime, S2 prime, but I'm just making short and calling S1 and S2 because in a pulmonary vein you will also have same thing. So S1 is very rare, but most of the time you will see S2 in the pulmonary vein also. I will show you next pulmonary vein. This is a TDI. We're supposed to go with the highest velocity, and that's S2. This one is S1 prime, this one is 2 prime, but I choose an S2. What's the normal velocity
0.6 to 1.3.
for S?
That was
Oh,
normal.
10.
Awesome.
It's supposed to be less
For medial.
than more-
For medial.
Oh, an 8.
Yes, 7 to 8 I told you, yes? So anything more than 8. So it's 9.29.
Good job.
Good systolic function, okay?
Can't remember any of the severities.
Oh, yeah.
Well, for E
And then
it's
you go with the E.
9.5.
So automatically it will follow the package. You don't need to go every time select, you know that, yes?
And then for Y,
And your
it's
diastolic function is very much normal based on this. You see the E is 14. It has to be just more than 8 or equal to 8. And you don't need to measure, but if you want to just fulfill the requirement, you have this 3 measurement. You can go and label S prime. You don't need to label S1, S2, just S prime. And then you have E prime and A prime. You have a 3 velocity, and all of them is showing that there is a normal systolic and normal diastolic based on the medial annulus of the mitral
label
valve.
those.